Hi, Amanda. It's so nice to see you again. Um, we're going to be going over your report of findings. So we do this just to kind of summarize up everything that we found during the consultations, examinations, and the X-ray. Um, let's hop right into it. So, like I said, we went through the consultation, the examination, the X-ray. During the consultation, you had mentioned that you had headaches and also neck pain. I wanted to focus on those two areas. We are looking at the entire spine, the entire body, but we wanted to focus on those headaches and that neck pain first. So we went to your examination. During your examination, we did some tests on you. Do you remember when I stood behind you and I put my hands like this and I pressed down on your neck? You know how in your lower neck region, it started to hurt. Um, we wanted to, that's something that we call a finding. And you also had a lot of decreased range of motion than what would be considered normal. Um, so we wanted to take all that information into account. So over here, I reviewed your X-rays and focusing on your cervical X-rays. So over here on the left is a normal X-ray, and over here on the right is your X-ray.
Okay.
Okay. So just from what you see, what can you tell me about the difference between the two?
Well, this one has a curve and mine doesn't.
Okay, very good. And that is the main thing that we're looking at. I mean, there are, in specific areas, little misalignments that we can adjust, that we can uh, look at further into, but the main thing, the global uh, aspect that we're concerned about is the loss of curve. So this is a more in-depth view where I just superimposed this right on here, and you can see your neck is pretty straight compared to what the curve should be, right? Okay, so what does this actually do to your body now? So I want to go into the importance of how it affects your body. So as your curve starts to you start to lose your curve and it starts to straighten, you're actually putting a great deal of tension on your spinal cord, and that's not good. Okay. And so I'd like to do a demonstration with my patients. And so what I want you to do is I want you to make a C like this. Okay. And this represents your neck curve. Okay. And right now we're gonna pinch this little area right here. Yeah, just like that. And this represents the amount of normal tension that normally your spinal cord has. So as you start to straighten out that curve, the tension begins to grow and grow and grow. And eventually you come to the point where you can barely hold on to it. So when you have spinal cord tension, it affects your entire body. I know you're having headaches and you're having cervical pain, but from a neurological aspect, um, it's very concerning, and it could be the reason why you're having headaches. So I really do want to focus on this. Um, in chiropractic, we have a philosophy that we follow, and I want to talk about an analogy that we use, and it's a safety pin, right? So the safety pin, you can have it unhooked or hooked, right? So what we're saying is when it's unhooked, it's disconnected, right? So when you have a disconnection, um, we're looking at it from the aspect of your brain and your body. Okay? So if there's some sort of disconnection from your brain to your body, it could have a lot of effects. You could have a little back pain, you numbness throughout your hands, even all the way down to your toes. And that's things that we call, any of those interferences, we call those subluxations. Okay? And that's all it is. It's just an interference from your brain to your body. And so chiropractors go in there, we locate, and we're able to assess where those subluxations are or interferences, and we correct those. Okay? So now we want to talk about the road to recovery. We want to make sure that you know what we need to do in order for you to get better. So I want to initially start off with 3 times a week for the first 4 weeks. And this is important, especially with acute pain and headaches. We want you to come in pretty frequently. And I'll get into your home care in a little bit. After that, we want to drop you down to 2 times a week. And then we're going to do that for 4 weeks. So then after the total of 8 weeks, we're going to have a reevaluation. And at that time, we'll further assess where you're going to be at. Essentially, the goal is to alleviate you of all pain, and then get you on a wellness care plan where you're constantly coming in for wellness checkups, making sure that your spine is looking healthy, and move on from there. So goals of care, I went over this. We want to alleviate pain, and this is for both you and me. We both want to alleviate that pain and also increase your neck curve, because we want to make sure that you're not putting tension on your spinal cord. Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Okay. So some of the things that I want you to do at home is to do head retractions. Okay. And we had talked about this. I had given you a form, and remember on that form it had given you instructions on the exercises I want you to do at home, and it's extremely important. So as much effort as I can put in doing the 3 weeks, 3 times a week for 4 weeks, it's not enough for you to see a drastic change. So if you're not doing your home care, so the more effort that you put in is what you're going to get out of it. Okay? And the last thing I did want to talk about was I want to bring out this spine. So this is an ideal spine, and I just want you to notice that everything is connected. And the major thing that I want you to look at is what's in yellow. So what is in yellow is actually the nerves that are coming out. And the red is what is your arteries that are running through. And as you can see, a lot of people don't realize that that it's running so close, there's not that much room for error, I'd like to say. So as you start to lose this curve, you start to put an immense amount of pressure on these nerves and the arteries. So once again, I just want to reiterate, coming into those 3 times a week and trying to get your curve back is really going to help out with a lot of symptoms that you're having. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. I will see you next week, and give me a call if anything happens.
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.